George.
I'm Izzy.
And I'm Emmy.
And we are back with a part 2 of debunking the theory that Hagrid was a Death Eater. So make sure that you watch part 1 before you watch part 2, because 1 comes before 2. And we're actually going to try this time. Also like and subscribe.
You little sellout.
Thank you.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. In the Chamber of Secrets, we see the following from Hagrid. Hagrid knows who Voldemort is and has known him for years.
Well, of course he's known Voldy for years. Tom Riddle was the one who reported him when the chamber was open, so I suppose that's what's being referred to. But I have a strong doubt that that involves Hagrid's current loyalties. In a flashback we got from the diary, Tom and Hagrid don't look to be friends, maybe enemies at the very worst.
Okay. Hagrid spent time in areas known for dark wizards and witches without explanation.
Reread the thing.
Hagrid spends time in areas known for dark wizards and witches without explanation.
That's fair. I was wondering why Hagrid was in Nocturne Alley that time. Maybe this person is gonna explain better.
The evidence. Hagrid is one of Voldemort's oldest associates and knows his true identity. The true identity of Voldemort is a mystery only known to a few people. Dumbledore himself says, "Very few people know that Lord Voldemort was once called Tom Riddle. I taught him myself 50 years ago at Hogwarts." Who else was around 50 years ago at Hogwarts who knew Tom Riddle aside from Dumbledore and Slughorn? Hagrid.
That was kind of a clunky sentence. Hagrid, who was on a first-name basis with him, the same Hagrid who was a member of the original Order of the Phoenix and decided to fight Voldemort and a confidant of Dumbledore.
Exactly! Good job, that's what he is. A member of the Order, not a Death Eater.
But we still have more to read, they could prove us wrong.
And then we can be sad.
Then we can be sad.
And depressed.
And sad.
I mean, we already are depressed, but you know, we could be even more depressed.
Never too much depression. Don't take that advice.
Okay. Hagrid is the longest known associate of Voldemort other than Dumbledore that we know of. Hagrid is certainly aware Voldemort is Tom Riddle, the boy he knew. In Diagon Alley, chapter of Book 1, he told Harry that Voldemort was a Slytherin and confirmed he went to Hogwarts years and years ago, something nobody else but Dumbledore Slughorn knew, trying Voldemort to Riddle.
Tying. Learn to read.
Hagrid never again mentions knowing Tom Riddle, nor Voldemort, which spans decades longer than anyone except Dumbledore. Who knows what kind of relationship could have developed that long ago and with no one else to confirm or deny? That is how you read, Emmy. I'm sorry. English does not exist within this podcast. Get used to it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll say in the flashback to Tom and Hagrid, though, they do appear to know each other. However, given that Tom had seemingly no hesitation to blame the chamber being opened on Hagrid, they were evidently not particularly close friends.
Even if they were friends in the first place.
Exactly. Even though Voldemort doesn't experience emotion, does not experience emotion, that isn't the only evidence against this claim. Tom falsely accuses Hagrid of opening the Chamber of Secrets. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting what I was gonna say as I say it. Shush. Exactly. Even though Voldemort does not... What was I saying? Tom falsely accusing Hagrid of opening... That's what I was going to say. Tom falsely accusing Hagrid of opening the Chamber of Secrets is the event that led to Hagrid's expulsion from Hogwarts. This would have ended all or most of the correspondence between the two in third year.
And even if they could have kept writing to each other, who wants to stay friends with someone who got them expelled? especially if not only it got him expelled but had his wand snapped. I also personally don't think I would join the side of the person that got me legally barred from practicing magic, especially after I found out it was him that he should have been expelled for the thing that was blamed on me.
I could not agree more.
Hagrid suspiciously hangs around Nocturne Alley. In the chapter Flourish and Blossom, Book 2, Harry misuses flu powder and finds himself in Nocturne Alley.
Finally! Now this is the area where they might have me bested, because I have no clue as to why Hagrid was looking for flesh-eating slug repellent in Nocturne Alley.
It's a dodgy place filled with sketchy wizards and is home for shops devoted to the dark arts. Molly Weasley is horrified upon hearing Harry was there. Who does Harry happen to run into there? Hagrid. Hagrid is supposedly in a sketchy alley with shops devoted to the dark arts and a sinister reputation in order to ostensibly buy gardening supplies for his cabbages, a mundane activity far from the dark arts and which should be available to him in Diagon Alley. Hagrid's true reason for being in such a place is never elaborated or explained. We only have his word for it.
What if Hagrid had been down in Nocturne Alley for a reason relating to the Order of the Phoenix? They do sketchy things, not to mention illegal.
I think it might be a plot hole.
Yeah. So since this was incredibly short and quite a bit shorter than the evidence in Sorcerer's Stone, we can keep going on to Prisoner of Azkaban. Emmy, read the thing.
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. In the Prisoner of Azkaban, we can see the following from Hagrid. Hagrid has developed access and placement to all of Voldemort's enemies and priority targets. Hagrid purposely spreads misinformation and rumors which only serve to aid Voldemort. What do you mean?
What misinformation does he spread?
The evidence. Hagrid maintains unusual access to the powerful and influential, including Voldemort's main targets. Hagrid works as a groundkeeper and keeper of keys at Hogwarts. He is a school dropout with minimal education, a controversial half-giant many people don't want around their children, and an all-around gruff person working a blue-collar job at school. People constantly judge him and look down on him throughout the series, largely due to his brusque manner and social clumsiness. How then is Hagrid able to associate some of the most rich, powerful, and influential people in the world in such a casual capacity?
Dumbledore. It's Dumbledore. Dumbledore.
His access and placement as a source is astounding, and he very likely had to put in effort and outreach to obtain his position as an individual with access to so many powerful people. Hagrid strikingly and effortlessly maintains the following relationships. As a confidant of Dumbledore, Hagrid is given secret missions of the utmost importance.
It's pronounced confidant.
English does not exist within this podcast. May I remind you again? I am only a small child with a limited dictionary. Don't judge me. Hagrid has a friendly association with the Minister of Magic, Cornelius Fudge, and is on a first-name basis with him. Hagrid is a long-standing member of the Order of the Phoenix. Out of all adults in the series, Hagrid maintains the closest relationship with Harry Potter and all his friends.
Dumbledore is literally the answer to all of those. Dumbledore was a legilimens, which is the reason he argued so strongly against Hagrid's expulsion from Hogwarts. Now, in my personal theory, Dumbledore probably tutored Hagrid illegally, and through that gained a trust for Hagrid. That would explain a lot, like his high talent in wizardry. However, since the original poster... Thank you, Joe. Since the original poster does not share my theory. Hagrid becoming the gamekeeper at Hogwarts while Dumbledore was headmaster probably has to do with how much trust Dumbledore has in Hagrid. And seeing Hagrid return to Hogwarts as gamekeeper after years after his expulsion, Dumbledore is a powerful figure in the wizarding community, and his word seemingly overrules the minister's decrees. If you're not friends with him, you are by association... if you are friends with him, you are by association influential.
For supposedly socially clumsy blue-collar groundskeeper, school dropout, and half-giant, having these associations are downright incredible. And perhaps most importantly, they all happen to be targets of great interest to Voldemort, and also the Order. In Book 3, during chapter The Marauder's Map, a group of people go out for drinks together in Hogsmeade. Professors McGonagall and Flitwick, Minister Cornelius Fudge, and Hagrid. Two illustrious professors and heads of houses at the major Wizarding Academy, and a groundskeeper. Hagrid and Fudge are already in deep conversation when the professors enter, and during the course of the evening, Fudge shares a secret investigative details regarding the Black investigation.
Sorry, YouTube viewers, for everything happening around us.
There's a small child.
Sister is watching us
record.
Wait, no, she's not faceless.
Okay. Hold on, wait.
Wait, you have a thing.
Okay, you're gonna be supporting me because you are
You're the
child.
Just put it on.
Put it on!
It's a face mask.
You've been through COVID before, just put it on! It's like a regular face mask. It's just glamoured up to be more my style. It's beautiful. Come!
Joe, come into the camera. Show people your gorgeous face.
Look how cute she is. Wait, hold on. Sit here.
I did not know there were books in your lap.
Oh, well, emotional support. See, this is the small thing that has been bothering us for the past 10 minutes.
And 8 years.
Speak. No. Entertain our viewers.
You're like the Queen of Hearts from Alice in
you.
Wonderland.
I do like to associate myself with hearts. Okay, this is Carl, by the way.
I know, but
Carl with a C or a K.
I believe it's a K, but I don't know. He's a Jamaican llama. Don't ask.
His name's Jeb.
It's not Jeb. That's Arya.
It's not. It's not Minecraft sheep. Now sit down.
By the way, she's a Slytherin, so that's why all this is happening.
I take offense to that.
I'm sorry. She's an 8-year-old Slytherin. You are a sophisticated Slytherin.
Fair enough.
I don't know what you're saying.
She's speaking Animal Crossing.
She's speaking 8-year-old Animal Crossing. Hagrid was also one of the early members of the Order of the Phoenix from the First Wizarding War, as well as the renewed group from the Second. He was privy. Yeah, I got it right. To their secret plans and operations.
That has nothing to do with being a Death Eater.
If Hagrid was a member of the Order, he would have known a lot about the things that they were doing because he was a member.
Yes. Why, Joe, why are you handing us stuffed animals? Don't fight your 8-year-old sister.
It's just a little cute fight. It's nothing too harmful.
No, there's some animals down here.
I don't know what you're saying because you speak like.
You speak like you're an Animal Crossing character. She's like contorting under a bed.
You might actually knock the ring light down. Okay. This video is going to be called Fighting with an 8-year-old. We're trying to record a podcast.
Okay. Okay. Just ignore it.
Finally, Hagrid. Finally, Hagrid is one of the closest people to Harry in the entire series, which he cultivates carefully through Harry's years at Hogwarts. More on this section on the Half-Blood Prince.
More on this in the section of the Half-Blood Prince.
Okay.
Also, Hagrid's just literally a fun guy. He's just a fun guy.
Hagrid's penchant for rumor mongering spreads that's a big word.
Spreads. Where are you?
Here.
Divisiveness.
And aids Voldemort's operations. Hagrid spreads information which is oftentimes private or has no reason to be discussed, except that in doing so, he serves the purpose of turning good people against each other or sowing confusion. This is best exemplified by a conversation in the Marauder's map of Book 3. McGonagall, Flitwick, Fudge, and Hagrid are all discussing private information surrounding Sirius Black.
Well, one thing that's clear throughout the series is that people generally like to gossip about things that should very much so not be told to anyone.
We know that because Emma, she gossips all the time. She would be part of the group that's discussing this.
Yeah. I'm confiscating things like I'm her mother.
Do you want me to hold her hostage?
No, it's alright. Oh god, she's got another one. Okay. I'm like a small child.
Yeah, with
our stuffed animals.
Okay.
Wait, I had something like this when I was little, but it was like realistic and I stole it. It was in like my little cousin's birthday present and I took it out because I wanted it.
You really are a Slytherin.
I didn't tell my mother. Nobody knew until I came clean about it during the party in a bathroom.
Oh my gosh, Jordan! Okay.
Do you want to put her in that closet?
Oh, no. I'm a Hufflepuff. I'm not supposed to do those things. Okay.
Okay. Hagrid is not the sole distributor of misinformation. People talk and people are stupid. They just share information like a game of telephone. Hagrid has nothing to do with it except for being yet another unknowing participant in this process.
I can say the thing about people sharing information is true because I've suffered through middle school.
Cease and desist, Joe.
Don't do it, please.
Fight. Okay,
please, no, you're gonna knock over the microphone.
No! You didn't face reveal, don't worry.
Forehead reveal. That's even worse.
People know what your forehead looks like. They've seen the first episode.
Shh, it's okay.
Spotify listeners, we're currently having a stuffed animal fight with an 8-year-old.
Also, by the way, we didn't put the link in the description in the last video to the Spotify podcast.
Oh, right. I did not have that link.
Yeah, I have to put that in later, so, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Watch that video through, and then look in the description and see if you can see the,
Joe, stop shaking bells.
Link.
Cease and desist, child. There is currently a small child in the corner of the room wearing a neon pink sweatshirt and shaking a little stuffed animal that has a bell on its collar, aggressively to disrupt our recording session. You really get so little attention. Put down the gift bag.
By the way, she's going through my gifts.
What is that?
It's a squirrel that is in the military.
It's weighted. It's weighted and that hit me in the chest really hard. She deflected it with her duck.
Oh my gosh! I thought that was gonna knock the ring light right over.
It would be funny if she threw something through the ring light.
Don't. No, now you're giving her ideas.
Joey.
Josephine.
Jordan. Be nice. That was my backpack.
Oh no.
Okay.
Hope you had nothing valuable on it.
Nothing valuable.
Okay.
Okay, read.
As the readers learn, Black is innocent and has always been opposed to Voldemort. The Death Eaters that knows this, such as Bellatrix Lestrange, seem elated that Black is being blamed for murders he didn't commit. Oh no, that's Arya's wallet.
Rob her.
No, don't rob her. She's gonna kill me.
Let's steal.
By the way, Arya is a Gryffindor. She's also one of my younger sisters. Yeah. She's not here right now, and she has anger issues. What? Yeah, I know London's not here.
Okay, anyways. London is our gopher.
Yeah, she is our producer, and we force her to get her things. Also,
not producer. She's a glorified gopher. She goes for coffee. She goes for paper. She goes for anything you need.
Yes.
Watch the Muppet Show. Stop going under the bed like you're a little Grinch. You're like the Grinch in the original one. You like snake your way under the tree.
Okay, just
ignore that I'm fighting an 8-year-old throughout this entire recording.
Okay.
Okay.
Almost nothing aids Voldemort more than discord and distrust between members of the Order of the Phoenix and with the wizarding community at large. In addition, the spread of misinformation leads to the Ministry's wasted efforts, resources, fear-mongering, and proliferation of Dementors in public spaces. In the scene, Rosmerta or Rosemarita?
I don't know. Rosemarita.
The bartender has already heard some private information about Black from Hagrid. This prompts McGonagall. "Did you tell the whole pub, Hagrid?" said Professor McGonagall
exasperatedly.
Yes, I knew that.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't they just call Hagrid socially clumsy?
They did.
Poor Hagrid. Stop abusing Molang, Joe. It doesn't seem out of character for him to be very loud. That's even his catchphrase. I shouldn't have said that. McGonagall's exasperation implies this has happened before, and we know Hagrid let slip secrets which served Voldemort before. The information Hagrid shares always seems laser-targeted towards helping Voldemort, such as the details surrounding the Sorcerer's Stone operation.
You look very dead into the camera. But anyways, if you're at war and your classified information is let slip at all, what do you think that does? It helps your enemy.
Hagrid is just very bad at keeping secrets in typical loud Gryffindor fashion.
Exactly.
I should know, my sister
is very loud in typical Gryffindor fashion.
Yes, but my twin sister was really bad at keeping secrets when she was younger.
Was she a Gryffindor?
She's Ravenclaw.
Stop jumping! Stop being a child. And don't come into the frame again, you're not wearing your mask. Stay out of the frame.
Where did you put your mask?
Stop jumping, please.
Jordan! She stole one of the backdrop things.
Wait, really?
Yeah! Cinnamon roll, I'm sorry. Okay, here.
Wait, Joe,
Jordan,
wait.
stop! You're... Oh my gosh.
If you want to jump somewhere, jump on this bed. Specifically this one.
We have a trampoline outside, and it's a nice day out when you just go out there.
We could trampoline after this episode.
It's actually really messy, so I don't, like, it's full of, like, pollen and
we could
stuff.
just wear shoes on the trampoline.
It's not.
It's not?
Yeah, it's just little sticks.
Okay.
We could take the sticks out and go after. Anyways.
So, just want to say before we continue on to the next part of this video, my 8-year-old sister might come in at any time, so if you hear the door squeak, that's just her. And also, we just kicked her out, so that's why she isn't here anymore, and that's why it's quiet.
That's why there's peace.
If you don't know what siblings are like, what you just witnessed is pretty much what siblings are like on a daily basis.
I'm an only child.
I mean, no, I love my siblings. They're the best.
Okay, read.
The bar scene continues. Fudge reveals secrets about the Potter's murder, including that Sirius was a secret keeper.
Confrontation.
His confrontation with Wormtail, and his subsequent arrest. Fudge's story is wrong, of course, but the Ministry's incorrect understanding paints Black as a traitor to the Potter family. All this occurs under hushed tones as the pub is extremely crowded. Despite the obvious private nature of the conversation, Hagrid takes the opportunity to let loose filthy stinkin' turncoat, Hagrid said so loudly that half the bar went quiet. He then proceeds to yell at all the private details, down to the exact names and sequences of events which paint Sirius as a traitorous mass murderer, even though McGonagall orders him to keep his voice down. Hagrid knows better than this, and he shows a knack for keeping secrets and performing covert duties, which we will talk about in Book 5. Given the information, location, source, and level of detail provided, Hagrid's outbursts in the pub can be nothing but intentional. It only serves to bolster Voldemort's agenda by showing distrust, unnecessarily wasting Ministry resources, and taking the heat off of Voldemort himself.
Didn't we just say in the last episode Hagrid had anger issues?
He tried to turn Dudley into a pig out of anger, so what's to say that he wouldn't disclose sensitive information out of anger? This is, at the very least, he can prove to be a bad confidant.
Are you ever gonna say it correctly, or is that
Probably not.
Yeah.
English doesn't exist here for the third time. But I wouldn't... Okay, what was I saying? Okay, but I wouldn't go as far to say a Death Eater. Like, he's not... He can, like, speak his mouth a lot, but...
Speak his mouth?
Yeah.
Good wording.
But he's not a Death Eater. Like, you could talk a lot and spell secrets, but that doesn't make you,
You could just be terrible at keeping secrets.
Yeah, like, we all know someone who's bad at keeping secrets, but that doesn't make them a bad person. Like, if you have, a birthday party that's being thrown, coming up,
happy early birthday to Emmy. She's turning an age.
I'm turning an age!
Yeah.
Don't want to age reveal yet.
You've aged.
I've aged,
You're
yeah.
gonna age.
And if, like, your friend tells you about the party and you didn't know you were having a party from all your friends, like, that doesn't make them a bad person. It's just that they're overly excited.
You know, except this is a war. And not a birthday party.
Well, you know, birthday parties can be wars.
True.
Yeah.
I had a war at my birthday party one time.
Speak.
You want me to tell the story to this lovely audience?
Sure.
Okay, so when I was 9 years old, it was like the days before COVID. So when I was 9 years old, I was having my birthday party at a mall. I was taking all of my friends to the movies, and we were gonna see a movie. I'm not gonna say what movie. We were gonna see a movie, and my best friend, who I shall refer to as Miranda. So my best friend, Miranda, started like throwing popcorn into like the seat in front of us, which was a handicapped spot that was empty, so it was just like a large aisle in front of us. And then I joined her in the way that a 9-year-old best friend would do. And then she decided to see how far she could throw it, and she threw it, and it hit a guy in the audience a few rows down. And he turned around and looked at us and pointed at us, and I was like, and I was like, oh no, we've been noticed. And then at the end of the movie, this guy decided to come up and yell at me and thought I was the one that threw the popcorn. And I ended up leaving the theater crying on my birthday.
Because her friend didn't stick up for her and say that she was the one who started it.
Best friend, mind you.
It's
And
okay.
And then I had cake at my favorite burger place. So it had a happy ending.
I would never do that to you.
You would never do that to me.
Hufflepuffs are not allowed to let their best friend down. Plus, I wouldn't do it anyway, even if I wasn't.
You just wouldn't. It's just not you. But
Yeah.
if you were a Slytherin, you would be a lot different, so who knows, maybe you would.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, like and subscribe, or else Juan.
Sell out.
Thank you. If Technoblade is a sellout, I would like to be a sellout.
I hope you also enjoyed watching me struggle at reading.
Yes, that was fun.
Yeah, also, most of the stuff I was reading was coming from the Reddit page, so that wasn't actually me sticking up for the theory, because I would never.
Yeah. It sounds a little clunky sometimes, because she'll just, like, stop arguing and start reading again.
Yeah.
She's not arguing for it, she's reading from Reddit.
Yeah, just want to clarify. I would never do that to my Hagrid. My
Your
precious Hagrid.
Hagrid, you are beloved.
My beloved. I would never date him, but you know. I'm more the Cedric Diggory girl.
Your husband.
My husband.
Yeah. Bye, George.
Bye, George.
Bye.
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 Bye.